Hello. You can't see it, but there's a cat and a candle on my lap. I would like the flame of this candle to represent healing and peace, healing for the world. I guess I'm just gonna get right into it. I know on like the other day I had much more energy, and I said I was gonna do a video every day for the rest of the month for National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. I don't think I'm gonna do an everyday video, and that's okay. I think I was a little too excited about it, and that's cool. I still am. I'm excited about, well, I don't know if excited is the right word. I'm eager to share what I know and what I have learned thus far. It's not an easy topic to talk about, and I had a lot more hype in my last video about it, and it's still there. It's just, you know, every day is different, and I'm still showing up. I think that's the important thing I need to remember, is that I'm still showing up even when I know it's not going to be perfect. And yesterday, I wore my shirt all day. It says join the fight. I'm not going to get up because I got a cat on my lap. I wore it all day yesterday, and I did help spread awareness. I talked to a few people about this topic. So I think I did my part yesterday. I want to start with a quote. "Nobody makes a greater mistake than he who did nothing because he could do so little." That's by Edie. Oh gosh, I should know this. I'll put it down. Edie Bunk. I'll put it down right here. Love the quote. We're, like, all of us as individuals and like individual people, you know, there's so many of us. There's like literally billions of people on the planet. And you think sometimes, oh, just because I'm one person, I'm not going to make a ripple or have an impact. And that's just not true. It can seem that way, and at times, a lot of times it can really feel that way. But you guys, if we as individual human beings understand and realize our power and our greatness for things that can happen when we come together in love and unity, you know, like unity, together. The two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, the winged, the finned, the insects, everybody. She's like, I'll eat an insect. Okay, anyway, back to the video. Liz just distracts me sometimes because she's so cute. Okay. As she licks my finger. I love you too. So, yeah. Another thing I want to say is that this rabbit hole goes so deep. And we can't look away anymore. We cannot look away anymore. We cannot pretend that this is not happening. The statistics that I'm going to share with you are absolutely alarming. It's easier to put our heads in the sand. But for me, it's not, actually, because once you see and once you know these things, you can't unknow them. Like, it's scary to look at this stuff, but it's happening. And if you're scared too, I'm scared too. And we can be scared together. If you're willing to open your eyes and see that this is a crisis, I believe it's the biggest crisis on the planet, because God's children are not for sale. We are the children. Our rescue. Me, you, the children, the men, the women, the innocents. Like, we're in this together. We have to come together, you guys. And I know this is like serious. It's serious. It's a serious video. Honestly, the biggest thing that you can do right now is just educating yourself about it, which, thank you for watching this video if you're in this with me, and me and Lace and Charlie and the people that will be rescued. That's my envision, a world where everybody who is in this will be rescued. Anyway, where am I going with this? I'm just talking. I'm just going with it instead of just being so structured with it. Let's take a deep breath. Let's light some sage, because this is a heavy topic. I guess I wasn't preparing it for it to be so heavy, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to start off by saying that I am not an official spokesperson for our rescue. I am just a volunteer that has decided to join the fight. So we're going to do a little, well, you're not going to see the slideshow. I'm just going to talk from the slideshow. So January, as you know, is National Human Trafficking Prevention Month. My name is Karen Wade, as you already know. I also go by Gray Owl. So I need you to be aware that viewer discretion is advised. The material that we are going to cover includes very sensitive topics like sex trafficking and online child exploitation. If you would like to donate to our rescue, you can do so at ourrescue.org. Okay, so Our Rescue is a non-governmental organization whose mission is to end sex trafficking and child exploitation while empowering survivors to reclaim their lives and thrive on their healing journey. Our vision is a world free from sex trafficking and exploitation. Okay, so here are the facts, you guys. Here's the scope of the problem. There are 49.6 million people trapped in modern slavery worldwide. This is not just a United States issue. This is not just an over the seas issue. This is literally happening on pretty much in every country in the world. 12 million of those 49.6 are children. This is the part I have a hard time with. Well, all of it really. But every single year, the forced commercial sexual exploitation generates $173 billion per year. Oh my God. Sex trafficking has been reported in all 50 states of the United States. And then this says there's 100 million suspected child sexual abuse material files that were reported nationally in 2023. I did not know that. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so this is another thing that I find crazy. Like, it was new information to me because I don't have children, I don't have human children of my own. So parents, guardians, loved ones, like, please pay attention to this part, especially if you have kids. I have tons of nieces and nephews, so any of my siblings, if you're watching this, I hope that eventually one day you do, sooner than later, because everybody really is at risk. But our biggest weapon is education. So, online dangers. Let's see here. In 2024, the National Center for Missing and and exploited children received 546,000 reports of financial sextortion. So children often start using social media at a very young age, sometimes as early as 8 to 9. I personally know a child that I have seen him on a cell phone scrolling. He's 2.5. Throughout, I'm not trying to judge, it's just a little alarming to me personally. So another statistic is throughout a child's lifetime, parents only spend an average of 46 minutes talking with their kids about online safety. 40 to 60% of youth ages 12 and 13 use social media regularly. Around 64% of parents are concerned about their children's screen time. This is alarming. The average teenager spends more than 7 hours a day on their screens. You guys, we need to go outside. We need to go hug a freaking tree. We need to go bathe in the waters. We need to be outside. We need to communicate and have face-to-face conversations and play board games. And it's just sad. And 7 hours a day, that's crazy. Like, no wonder we have so much anxiety and crisis on the planet. It's just alarming. This is alarming. If a child or a teen feels lonely at home or at school, they often turn to social media or games to connect with others and to disconnect from their pain. 54% of minors believe online grooming is a common experience for kids their age. 1 in 3 minors consider a connection they made online among their closest friends. That can be very dangerous. 2 in 3 9 to 12-year-olds interact with unfamiliar adults online. 2 in 3. That's a large number. 1 in 6 9 to 12-year-olds have had romantic or intimate conversations with an online-only contact. So we're going to get into a little bit more of what these terms mean, which I'm learning. I've been learning this too, so I'm sharing with you. What is child exploitation? It can take many forms, including the creation and distribution of child sexual abuse material, grooming, and sextortion. Because this crime is often taking place online, it occurs all over the world and it is a global epidemic. So sextortion, I didn't know what this was. It poses threats to expose a sexual image in order to make a person do something. Threats are real. 45% of perpetrators have carried out threats. How does it happen? 60% knew perpetrators in person before threats, and 40% met perpetrators online. Perpetrators are often current, former, or would-be romantic sexual partners attempting to harass, embarrass, and control victims. You guys, this happens a lot more common than this is a lot more common than we think. So what can we do about it? We can set the patterns now. Trust is the foundation of digital safety. So when you build trust and encourage open conversations with your child and just people in general, but your children, you create a space for them to feel safe enough with you, especially when they need it the most. That is so important. It is never too early. You are their safe space. Okay, so this is the 20-minute version of the presentation. Okay, so we'll give a quick statistic. At any given time, there is an estimated 750,000 child predators online, and they all have a key to your house via the internet. That's crazy. Digital spaces. Okay, this is a big one. Oh my goodness, everybody listen to this, please, especially if you have children, young children that are obviously going to grow up. Any app that has a chat feature is a threat. So we're going to see TikTok, YouTube, Tinder, Snapchat, Instagram, Discord, WhatsApp, Facebook, Xbox, Kick, Tumblr, GroupMe, WeChat, PlayStation, and Steam, and many others. Any app with a chat feature poses a safety risk. So what are some of the measures that you can take? Change the settings to private on all social media accounts. Share pictures with friends only, and turn off the location function for your camera. And this is a big one. Never put a kid's picture in a profile picture or a cover photo, because there are people out there, predators, who just are not good people, you guys. So here are some considerations. Consider applying the same rules to your child's real and virtual environments. Because something that blew my mind was a lot of the exploitation happens online. You know, I grew up in an era where, I mean, I was angry at the time, like not angry, but like salty, I guess, at the time, you know, in high school, and my parents like didn't give us, you know, a cell phone. I didn't get a cell phone until I was in 11th grade. And that was because I qualified for nationals in swimming. So I was excited about that. But what I'm saying is, you know, looking back, I'm like, man, thank you, Mom and Dad. Like, you knew what was up, you know, as far as, you know, I think, you know, keeping us safe. So I didn't really have a lot of issues with like spending too much time on the screen. You know, I was an outdoors kid. Like, I loved going outside. But screens were fun though, and they can be, you know, a good tool. But I'm becoming aware that, you know, the online is like, it's really where they get you. And I know that a lot of the statistics, I have read in here that, you know, there was a rise in the, we'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So in both, play with your child, teach kindness, be involved, and know your child's friends and what your child does with them. So guidelines: quality of the media your child is exposed to is more important than the type of technology or amount of time spent. I'm going to read that again. Quality of the media that your child is exposed to and is consuming is more important than the type of technology or amount of time that is being spent on the technology. So quality, I mean, this goes for anything. Like, our brain is a powerhouse and it absorbs everything. So the more good you feed it, the more positive content, it's going to be obviously better. But anyway, so one of the biggest things that you can do is to set good patterns now. And like I said, building trust is the foundation of safety, and digital safety. So there is a really cool resource that I did not know about. It's called Take It Down. You can find it takeitdown.ncmec.org. And it's a service from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And it is one step you can take to help remove online nude, partially nude, or sexually explicit photos and videos that were taken before you were 18. You can go on here. I haven't gone on there to look, but it is a resource, so you could check it out. So what can we do, right? What can we do? Call local law enforcement. If this is an emergency, call 911. And I'm going to list a lot of the resources in the video in the description below. But right here, the National Human Trafficking Hotline is 888-373-7888. Or you can text all capital HELP to 233-733. And then the NCMEC, which stands for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You can call this number for missing children cases, 1-800-THE-LOST. So that's 1-800-843-5678. You can also go to report.cybertip.org, cybertip.org. And those are all the, so yeah, so those are just brief statistics. I have a whole like volunteer packet of like more statistics, so I'm just going to give you those for now. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And if you have watched this till the end, I really appreciate your time and your energy. Our time is our greatest resource, and I currently in my life am working on using my time valuably. Like I said, the rabbit hole goes deep. We're not giving up. There's hope. I envision a world where everybody can experience true freedom. Baby, let freedom ring. I am here for this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.